guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to start a new project that is a chest that goes at the end of the bed that you put blankets in and stuff. I found this at a thrift store for like $7.50, so it was an awesome deal. And it is real wood, so it'll be great for refinishing. And it's got some cool details that I like this metal thing here, and then this here. But because of all the detail, it's going to be really labor intensive to refinish it. I'm going to do a lot of sanding, some stripping, but it's going to be really cool when I'm done. So stick around and I'll show you all the tools that I use, and I'm going to do a lot of stripping on this one as opposed to just sanding, because if I just did the sanding it would take a lot longer and I'd probably have to start a GoFundMe account to beg for more sandpaper and to pay for more sandpaper, because I would go through it a lot. I'm going to use a lot of sandpaper, but the stripping will help just take that down just a little bit. So stick around and watch the process. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray some of my stripper on here. And we'll just let it sit for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. So I have my toothbrushes soaking in the denatured alcohol, and I forgot to mention I like to have a lot of paper towels handy because this gets really messy. So after this has been sitting for a little bit, I just take my scraper and look at that. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. So if you don't have a paper towel handy, it really is messy, but if you just be prepared to go through a couple rolls, then it's not so bad. So I'm not going to spend too much time scraping on this area. I'm just going to go right along to stuff that comes off easily, and then I'll go back, I'll put more stripper on that and go after it again. But I'm going to get this stuff off while I can. I'm really pleased with how this is coming off. So now I'm going back with my toothbrush to these detail areas, and it's been soaking in the denatured alcohol. Okay, so I'll kind of scrub at it a little bit, and then I wipe off the junk on my paper towel. Yep, it's coming right off. And then once it gets really goopy, then I'll put it back in my alcohol and I'll grab a different one with a clean paper towel. See that? Very goopy. And this is why we go through so many paper towels. And I basically just keep doing this, more of the same, all the way around. So now I've gotten as much as I can off with the stripper, and I'm going to use my detail sander with a medium grit sandpaper just to kind of take off anything that I really couldn't get very well with the stripper. After I sanded with the medium grit sandpaper, you can see that it's a little roughed up. So I'm planning to go over the whole thing with a fine sandpaper, but before I do that, I'm going to go along with my carving tool and just see how much of the little bits that were left behind, how much I can get off. Now before I sand with the fine grit sandpaper, I'm going to go ahead and touch up some of these metal accents. The black finish came off on some of them with the stripper. So I'm just going to go over it with some regular black acrylic paint and just kind of dab it on there. And just even out the finish a little bit. You can see that one a little bit better. That way if I make a mistake, I can sand it off while I'm sanding. And then I'm going to do a little bit by hand here in these little areas that I couldn't get very well with the sander. And this is, again, fine grit. I've finished sanding, and now I am putting the Tung oil finish on. And I'm just kind of buffing it in with a smooth or a soft cloth. So I finally finished it. This is the Tung oil finish, and I did the acrylic paint on the black metal parts, but I think it turned out really nice. I'm happy with it. It was really a bugger though to get all that old dark finish out of all these corners, but really now that it's finished you don't notice it very much, so I'm really happy with it. So I hope you found this interesting to watch and watch the process of how you can really change those finishes that may not go with your decor or they're just not good looking. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the process and I will see you next time.